Hi, Deborah here. There should be so much that we can chat about and talk about, and I don't even have a specific agenda. I just feel like reaching out and saying hello. January sure is the month of coming into the cave and resting and being in the quiet and the internal. It's a good time of year for that, at least here in New England. I know there's so much going on. Everyone's looking for an answer. I think sometimes we're looking for quick fixes too. All I can share with you is what I know, the information that I am being given, the information that Spirit is leading me to and telling me about, the information that I have moving through me. First off, everything's okay. There are so many beings in the non-physical realm helping us. If you're not connected to that realm, it's hard to describe how immense it is, how beautiful it is, and how much they love us. And there are ascended beings, ascended masters, angelic realms, thousands of beings here helping our universe, our world, and specifically the United States. And I realize that looking at what is, it may not seem that way right now. I'm not here to give specific answers or reasons for anything because, I don't know, that feels a little trepidating. Is that a word, trepidation? It feels a place to go with caution because I believe that everything can change. I believe if anyone tells you something this morning, if you change your mind, it can change tomorrow. But what I do know is that when we as individuals, which is where my work is, where we as individuals come to a knowing, an understanding, and a personal relationship with God, we are able to carry a higher resonance. And in carrying a higher resonance, which means a higher vibration, a more positive way of being, of seeing, a clearer perception, more faith-filled, one with more hope, basically one with more trust. When we carry that as our vibration, our resonant field of being, we are offering that even more so to the world, to our community, to our families, to our homes, to our lives, to our clients, to our beloveds, to our spouses, to our mates, to our friends. I personally feel, and this is because this is why I am here in body, to help as many individuals as I possibly can, to have a personal relationship with God, with Holy Spirit, with consciousness, with love, with the universe. I don't hold or cling to what your language is for it, but I do hold and cling to the feeling that it may bring up for you. God, the language I learned as a youngster, is the easiest go-to for me, to explain for me, to align with the fullness, the bigness, the infinity, the eternalness of being. A few truths that help us get through the day. Number one is make friends with death and dying. Make friends with understanding that the body is not who you are. It's not who I am. This is how the divine spark of me can show up in this world, on this linear plane, in this 3D mentality that we have here on the earth plane. The earth is the only place in the universe where when you come back for human form, you're given the opportunity for contrast. When you're given the opportunity for contrast, which is differences, diversity, you're also given the opportunity to apply the law of God of free will. So you're given the opportunity for choice. And that is why many of us chose to be here, in order to have choice, to look in a different direction. Because the direction we are looking in, the attention that we are giving, is what we are helping to create here in form. We are always creating. Always. You can't stop. That is your innate nature. And what you pay attention to, your energy follows. Your interest is. And you are dancing with the energy of that story you're telling, or that communion that you're having, that belief that you have. You're sharing, giving and taking, literally, of energy with it and helping it to thrive. Think how it is when a loved one comes to you, someone says something nice to you, or someone gives you a compliment, or you have a great conversation with someone. You run into an old friend and there's hugs and those glances that only old friends can give you. It feels good. It helps you to thrive. It helps you to thrive. It helps you to be lifted up. The same thing happens when you go to a thing, an idea, a thought, a concept, anywhere. You are helping it thrive. Now, you can help thrive from fear or from love. It is your choice. If you help to thrive from fear, you're going to be chained. You're going to have vines and ropes and clinginess all around you. You're going to feel restricted, and you're not going to feel good. When we go against the laws of God, meaning we don't go with them, we will not feel good. It doesn't feel good to dislike someone. It doesn't feel good to be unkind. It doesn't feel good to gossip. It doesn't feel good to lash out in anger. It doesn't feel good to not feel good about ourselves. Remember, you are a speck of the divine, and a facet, a grouping of electrons, of energies, created into cellular 3D inside this instrument that you are walking this earth plane on. This concept of realizing that there is no death. I know people say it, teachers say it. I say it because of my own experiences. I say it in truth for me, because of all I have experienced. For me, we do not die. It is fact. And I know everyone has to have their own personal experience with it in order to know it to be true. That is the way we are set up. Words do not teach, experience does. So that for one to have an experience of seeing a loved one or talking to someone who supposedly is deceased, having a visitation in a dream that doesn't feel like a dream, having the feeling they're near us, it is them. And when we understand this law and when we live this way, so much fear goes away. You're not in a hurry to get something right. You don't think this is the only time you're going to be here. You wouldn't say things like, life is so short. How can life be short? Life is eternal. You're always have life. To make friends with knowing that we do not die, our bodies will cease to be. The instrument will cease to be. The life force still exists. And it may exist in different other bodies. It may exist in light ways of being. I've had several past lifetimes that I have experienced that have taught me the diversity of choices. So my point is, when we make friends with that there is no death, we're not so hurried. We're not so afraid. We don't live in fear of illness or disease. It's not part of our curriculum, as I call it now. I think we each have this curriculum. So this newness that began, we are in a new era of being. This new era began during the eclipse in December. This new era is all about feeling. So one of the things that has been coming up so much with clients lately is the way we used to manifest was for years using the gift of imagination and picturing what we wanted, having an image of it, looking at the image, thinking of the image, paying attention to the image, describing the image, seeing the image. It doesn't work that way anymore. So if you're feeling frustrated, that's why. We are in the era now completely of feeling. And when it's about how does that image make you feel? How does that thought make you feel? How does that dream make you feel? For instance, people who are latched on through ego to relationships. But what was it in that relationship that had you feeling good about yourself? How does it make you feel? How do you want to feel in relationship? You want to feel safe. You want to feel loved. You want to feel loving. You want to feel kindness. You want to feel a sense of excitement. You want to feel that big sense of safety. You want to feel like you look forward to seeing them and they look forward to seeing you. It's those feelings that we want to dwell in. It's those feelings we want to contemplate. The same thing about health. Feeling healthy. How does that feel to someone to feel healthy? It feels freeing. It feels like we can move with ease and grace. So thinking about moving with ease and grace, thinking about feeling strong, thinking about the positive aspects of what it is that you desire. Because it isn't about what you desire. It's about how the desire makes you feel. You are a feeling creature. So to sit with that and think about how does that make me feel is how the universe is designed by law to respond to you, to mirror you. It will mirror your vibrations, and your vibrations are attuned to your emotions. And your emotions, of course, are attuned and reflect how you feel. So if you're feeling negative and you're paying a lot of attention to that negativity and you keep talking about the story that isn't working out well, you're just helping that story thrive and you're going to get more and more of it. Let me see, what else do they want to share? Just to remember each day to spend time in the morning, maybe before you get out of bed and before you go to sleep at night. And maybe there's a time of meditation that you set aside, of connecting to your God self, to your highest consciousness, to the awareness of unity, of wholeness, to the place of unconditional love, to that place within you that is part of your innateness. And just be with that place and let the divine radiance of God, the white light of God, pour down and through. And imagine feeling that. Imagine feeling that grace upon you. Not in any way to force anything or to see an expected outcome of something, but just to feel it and let that be. I love you. I hope some way this assists you and helps you this day. God bless.